Welcome back to the Quarterly Call. All content is for informational purposes
Mm.
and is not investment advice. Please consult with an investment professional. So Amazon, right?
Yep.
Just had their Q4 2024 earnings call,
They did?
and we are here to break it down
Absolutely.
for you.
Yeah.
All the juicy details.
It's going to be fun.
Revenue, operating income, what the CEO sees coming.
Yeah, I always love getting to see what's going on behind the curtain
Right.
for a company like Amazon.
They're such an interesting company. They're always kind of evolving and doing new stuff.
Yeah. And this quarter was no exception.
For sure. So let's start with the numbers.
Right.
Revenue hit $187.8 billion,
Whoa.
which is a 10% jump compared to last year.
Yeah.
And even with some unexpected currency challenges, they still beat what analysts were expecting.
It's pretty impressive.
But what really caught my eye was their operating income.
Yeah, $21.2 billion. That's a 61% increase year over year. Yeah.
And it's a clear sign they're managing costs really well
Yeah.
while still investing in growth.
Right.
It makes you wonder how they're doing it.
Yeah, how do they do it?
Right, like what's the secret sauce? So let's start with their bread and butter,
Okay.
the stores business.
Right?
Their focus on selection, low prices, and convenience seems to be working.
For sure. Yeah, we saw some solid growth in North America with revenue up 10%.
Yeah.
And then internationally, revenue climbed 9% even after we take out the impact of currency fluctuations.
Yeah, and it's not just people are spending more.
Right.
It's they're actually buying more stuff.
Yeah, more units.
Yeah, unit sales are outpacing revenue growth, which means they're moving a lot of product.
Yeah.
Plus, they're attracting some big-name brands.
Yeah, you're seeing brands like Clinique, Estee Lauder,
Yeah.
and even luxury brands like Armani Beauty are choosing to sell on Amazon. It just shows they see the value in reaching Amazon's massive customer base.
Right.
Yeah.
And let's not forget about third-party sellers.
Oh, yeah. No, they're a force to be reckoned with.
They are a force.
61% of all items sold. The highest ever.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's like a giant online marketplace within a marketplace.
It is. It's a brilliant strategy, really.
Yeah.
By empowering third-party sellers, Amazon expands its product selection exponentially without having to manage all that inventory themselves.
It's true. Talk about a win-win.
Yeah.
Speaking of wins, they're really focused on saving customers money.
Yeah.
They estimate shoppers saved over $15 billion last quarter
Wow.
through low prices and those huge shopping events like, Prime Big Deal Days and Black Friday and Cyber Monday.
Oh, yeah. Prime Big Deal Days was huge.
It's huge.
Yeah. And they've held the title of lowest online prices for 8 years running.
8 years. Yeah.
It's crazy.
They're serious about being the price leader.
Yeah. And it's attracting customers.
But it's not just about saving money.
Right.
People want their stuff fast.
They want it now.
And Amazon knows it.
Oh, yeah.
They're obsessed with speed.
Yeah.
They expanded their same-day delivery sites by over 60% in 2024.
Yeah, globally they delivered over 9 billion units next day.
9 billion.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
It is.
It's no wonder Prime membership is through the roof.
Yeah, Prime is like the ultimate convenience package now.
It's pretty great.
Yeah, free shipping, exclusive deals, access to all the streaming services, even grocery delivery in some areas.
Yeah, it's become a really big part of a lot of people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
For $14.99 a month, it's a pretty good deal
It is a good deal.
when you think about all the benefits.
Yeah, it's a lot of value.
But all this convenience and speed has to come at a cost.
Yeah. How are they managing to keep costs down while expanding so rapidly?
That's the question, right?
Yeah.
So how are they doing it?
Well, it's really interesting. They've been super focused on optimizing their fulfillment network. They're regionalizing their U.S. network.
Okay.
And they completely redesigned their inbound network.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they're making sure the products are closer to the customers
Mm-hmm.
and streamlining the delivery process.
Exactly, yeah. And they've already seen a 40% year-over-year increase
Wow.
in the percentage of orders that are being fulfilled from the ideal location.
That's impressive.
Even with the Black Friday rush, they're getting smarter about how they package things, too.
Oh, interesting. How?
They're sending more items in a single box.
Oh,
And so less boxes.
so which is good for the environment,
Yeah.
more convenient for customers,
Yeah.
and cheaper for Amazon.
It's a triple win.
It's a triple win. I like it.
Yeah.
And on top of all that, their transportation costs are actually going down.
Yeah, they've built and they're optimizing their last mile delivery network,
Wow.
which is pretty impressive. They've actually managed to reduce their global cost per unit
Wow.
for the second year in a row.
So wait, so they're getting faster and cheaper.
Yeah.
How are they pulling that off?
It's a testament to their relentless focus on efficiency.
Yeah.
You know, they're always looking for ways to streamline operations,
Yeah.
leverage technology, and squeeze every bit of value out of their investments.
Smart.
Yeah.
But they're not stopping there, right?
No, they're already talking about even more cost reductions
Yeah.
in 2025 and beyond. They're looking at better inventory placement,
Okay.
expanding same-day delivery, and accelerating the use of robotics and automation.
Yeah, it's like they're playing the long game here.
Mhm.
They're investing.
And it sets them up for continued success.
Yeah.
You know, in the years to come.
It's like they're always raising the bar, right?
Mm-hmm.
For themselves and the entire industry.
Yeah, they are really something else.
So let's move on to another area where Amazon is really killing it.
Okay.
Advertising. Their advertising business is on fire.
Yeah, it's crazy. It grew 18% year over year
Wow.
to a staggering $17.3 billion in Q4 alone.
That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. That puts them on track for a $69 billion annual run rate.
That's more than double what it was just 4 years ago.
It is. It's incredible.
Where's all this growth coming from?
Well, they're sponsored product ads, the ones that you see at the top of your search results.
Yeah.
Those are doing exceptionally well. And they're also seeing some strong growth in streaming ads on Prime Video.
Which they launched just a year ago, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So it seems like they've really kind of cracked the code on advertising.
Yeah.
Offering brands a way to reach customers at every stage of their shopping journey.
They have. And they're making it really easy for brands to track their performance, right?
Mm-hmm.
And make like data-driven decisions.
Yeah, they're leveraging their vast amounts of customer data to offer these highly targeted advertising options,
Right.
making it easier for brands to reach the right audience at the right time.
Yeah.
It's a win-win for both Amazon and the brands.
Sort of a win-win.
Yeah.
Speaking of massive revenue drivers, let's talk about AWS,
Okay. Yeah.
Amazon Web Services.
The 800-pound gorilla in the room.
It is a powerhouse.
Mm-hmm.
It continues to grow at an insane pace.
Yeah. This quarter, they reached $28.8 billion in revenue,
Wow.
up 19% year over year.
And massive.
Yeah, that's a $115 billion annual run rate.
Just incredible.
Absolutely incredible.
But they did mention that growth might be a little, quote, lumpy over the next few years.
Yeah.
Is that just like corporate speak for we might slow down?
Yeah, it's a great question. It's not necessarily a sign of weakness.
Okay.
But it's more of a reflection of just the complex dynamics of the cloud market.
Okay.
You know, factors like enterprise adoption cycles, capacity considerations,
Mm-hmm.
and just the rapid pace of technological advancements
Yeah.
can impact growth in the short term.
So it's more like they're hitting a speed bump,
Yeah,
not slamming on the brakes.
exactly. And it's important to remember that Amazon's playing the long game here.
Right.
They see a future where nearly every application will have some form of AI, artificial intelligence,
Okay.
built in,
Interesting.
and they are investing heavily to make that vision a reality.
Yeah, that's a huge opportunity, right?
It is.
AI, I mean, it could be the biggest tech shift since the internet itself.
Absolutely.
And they're going all in.
Yeah, they're investing heavily in AI chips,
Yeah.
infrastructure,
Yeah.
and services. They even designed their own custom AI chip called Trainium 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big deal.
It's a huge deal. Think of it like a brain
Okay.
that's specifically designed to make AI tasks faster and cheaper.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's so powerful that companies like Adobe are already using it
Really?
to improve their products.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
And I hear they're already working on Trainium 3 and Trainium 4.
It's right.
It's like they're building a dynasty of AI chips.
Yeah.
It's a bold move.
It is.
But if it works, it could pay off big time.
Yeah, in the long run. They're also, they're making it easier for developers to build and deploy AI models with services like Amazon SageMaker.
Okay.
And their Amazon Bedrock service is making waves by offering customers a wide choice of foundation models, which makes it easier than ever to build high-quality AI applications.
So it's like they're building an entire AI ecosystem
Yeah.
within AWS,
Yeah.
from the chips to the infrastructure to the services.
Exactly, yeah. They're creating a one-stop shop for all things AI.
Yeah.
And it's attracting, a wide range of customers from startups to Fortune 500 companies.
But let's not forget about their core cloud infrastructure business, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
They're still signing new agreements with major companies like Intuit, PayPal, Northrop Grumman.
Yeah, they're still a dominant force in the cloud.
They are?
And at their recent AWS reInvent conference,
Mhm.
they announced a slew of new innovations like their serverless distributed SQL database,
Okay.
Amazon Aurora DSQL,
Okay.
and improvements to their S3 storage service,
Okay.
making it easier to manage and analyze vast amounts of data.
It's amazing to me how they can juggle all these different initiatives, right?
Mm.
From e-commerce to logistics to cloud computing to AI,
It's really something else.
and still maintain this leadership position
Yeah.
in each of these areas.
It's a testament to their relentless focus on innovation,
Yeah.
their deep understanding of customer needs, and their willingness to invest in the future.
So where does all this leave Amazon?
Yeah.
As they head into 2025?
Well, I think they're energized by their 2024 performance.
Yeah.
And they seem to be laser focused on delivering even better customer experiences in 2025.
It's a strategy that's worked well for them.
Yeah,
I mean, they're the undisputed champions of customer obsession.
they are. They're not afraid to spend money to make it happen either.
Well, yeah, capital expenditures are expected to remain high.
Mm-hmm.
They spent $26.3 billion in Q4 of 2024.
Yeah, which gives us a pretty good idea of what to expect for 2025.
Yeah, and they're expecting those supply chain constraints,
Yeah.
that were impacting AWS growth in 2024
Mm-hmm.
to ease up
Yeah.
in the second half of 2025.
Which could lead to even faster growth for AWS.
Interesting. Something to watch for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Amazon's setting themselves up for another incredible year.
Mm-hmm.
They're investing heavily in innovation,
Yeah.
streamlining their operations, doubling down on customer experience.
Yeah, and they're making some pretty bold moves in the AI space,
Yeah.
really positioning themselves at the forefront of this technological revolution.
It's a pretty exciting time to be following Amazon.
It is.
So let's take a closer look at this AI revolution
Okay.
and what it means for Amazon and for us as consumers.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
It really is. It's amazing to think about how AI is going to reshape our world in the coming years.
Yeah, it's kind of mind-boggling, right? Like Amazon seems to be really betting big on this AI revolution.
Yeah, absolutely. Their vision of embedding AI into practically every application is ambitious,
Yeah,
but not entirely unexpected given their track record.
right.
Right.
It makes you wonder how this is going to, change Amazon's core businesses like e-commerce.
Mm-hmm.
Like imagine a shopping experience where AI knows what you want before you even search for it.
Oh yeah, think personalized recommendations that go way beyond anything we've seen before.
Yeah.
AI could guide you through the entire purchase process,
Wow.
answering your questions, addressing any concerns you might have.
Yeah, but does that get a little scary? Like, is AI going to take over the entire shopping experience?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think Amazon's approach is more about enhancing the existing experience.
Okay.
Making shopping more efficient, more personalized,
Yeah.
and ultimately more enjoyable.
Okay.
AI can handle the routine tasks,
Yeah.
and that frees up human employees
Right.
to focus on providing that expert advice and support.
Okay, so it's not about replacing humans entirely,
Right.
but more about, working alongside them to create a better shopping experience.
Exactly. Yeah. Think of AI as a powerful tool
Yeah.
that empowers both customers and employees.
Okay.
For customers, it could mean, faster checkout, more relevant product suggestions,
Mm-hmm.
even virtual assistants that can answer questions in real time.
Wow.
And then for employees, it means they can focus on more complex and creative tasks.
Right, right. That makes a lot of sense. What about the impact on third-party sellers? They make up such a huge portion of Amazon's marketplace.
Yeah, that's a great point. AI could be a game changer for third-party sellers,
Really?
helping them, manage inventory, optimize product listings, even target the right customers
Yeah.
more effectively. It could level the playing field in a lot of ways
How so?
by giving smaller sellers access to tools and insights
Yeah.
that were previously only available to those larger brands.
So AI has the potential to really transform
Yeah,
the entire Amazon ecosystem.
the entire thing.
Not just the company itself, but also the millions of sellers
Yeah,
and customers who rely on its platform.
it's a ripple effect. Yeah.
It's a ripple effect that will touch every corner of Amazon's business
Yeah.
and probably extend far beyond. These advancements in AI,
Mhm.
they're going to have far-reaching consequences.
Yeah.
And Amazon seems determined to be right there at the forefront of this transformation.
They do. They do. It's going to be very interesting to see, how it all unfolds.
Yeah. It's not just e-commerce that's being impacted by AI, right?
Right.
What about AWS?
Right.
They're investing a lot in AI for their cloud computing business, too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. AI is revolutionizing cloud computing, and AWS is leading the charge.
Okay.
They're offering this wide range of AI services,
Okay.
from machine learning tools to natural language processing to computer vision.
Yeah, they're even building those custom AI chips, right?
Mhm.
Like the Trainium 2 to power these services
Mhm. Right.
and to make them accessible to, businesses of all sizes.
It's pretty amazing. They're building an entire AI ecosystem within AWS.
Wow. So they're creating a one-stop shop
Mm.
for businesses looking to harness the power of AI?
Exactly. And it's not just about providing the tools, it's about fostering an environment
Okay.
where businesses can experiment, innovate,
Yeah.
build the next generation of AI-powered applications.
Yeah. What are some of the applications you're most excited about?
Oh, man. So many.
It seems like the possibilities are kind of endless.
Yeah, it really is an exciting time to be, working in this field.
Yeah.
Imagine AI-powered healthcare solutions
Yes.
that can diagnose diseases with incredible accuracy,
Wow.
or financial algorithms that can predict market trends
Yeah.
with unprecedented precision.
Or even self-driving cars, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like that can navigate these complex environments with ease and safety.
That's right. Yeah. And those are just a few examples, AI has the potential to revolutionize countless industries.
Yeah.
And AWS is providing the infrastructure and the tools
Wow.
to make it all happen.
It's incredible to think about the world we're creating,
It is.
with this technology.
It really is.
But they're not immune to challenges, right?
Right.
They've acknowledged that AWS growth might be a little quote unquote lumpy over the next few years. Is that something to be concerned about?
It's a very dynamic and rapidly evolving market.
Yeah.
Factors like enterprise adoption cycles, capacity considerations, and just the sheer speed of
Yeah.
technological advancements,
Yeah.
it can create some bumps in the road.
Right. And they're facing some pretty fierce competition from other tech giants,
I
right?
know, yeah.
Like Microsoft and Google,
Yeah.
who are also, pouring resources into AI.
Yeah, it's a very competitive landscape. Yeah. And staying ahead of the curve requires constant innovation
Mm-hmm.
and a deep understanding of those customer needs.
How do you think Amazon will navigate these challenges
Yeah.
and continue to kind of evolve their AI strategy?
Well, one thing's for sure, they're not afraid to take risks
Yeah.
and make bold bets. Their investment in custom AI chips is a perfect example of that.
It's a gamble,
Mm-hmm.
but it could pay off, big time
Yeah.
if they can deliver on their promises
Yeah.
of superior performance and cost savings.
It's a high-stakes game,
Yeah.
but one that Amazon seems well-equipped to play.
Yeah.
They have a proven track record of disrupting industries and
Right.
building these dominant businesses.
Yeah.
And they're not just focusing on the technology, they're also investing in their workforce,
Okay.
recognizing that AI requires, a new set of skills and expertise.
So they're actively training their employees
Yeah.
and recruiting top talent in AI and machine learning.
They're creating this culture of continuous learning and adaptation,
Yeah.
which is essential in this this rapidly evolving field.
It's a smart strategy. Technology is only as good
Yeah.
as the people who build and use it.
Exactly. Yeah. AI can augment our capabilities,
Mm-hmm.
but it can't replace human ingenuity
Yeah.
and creativity. It's a delicate balance.
And it seems like Amazon is kind of, finding its footing
Yeah,
in
yeah.
this new AI-powered world.
They're constantly experimenting, innovating, pushing
Yeah.
the boundaries. It's a fascinating journey to watch.
It is. Speaking of impact, let's shift gears a little bit and talk about Amazon's commitment to sustainability.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a topic that's becoming increasingly important, for businesses.
Yeah.
And Amazon's no exception.
Yeah, they've set some pretty ambitious goals,
Yeah.
like achieving net zero carbon emissions
Mhm.
by 2040.
Yeah, that's a big one. And they're making progress. They've invested in renewable energy,
Yeah.
electric delivery vehicles, energy efficient buildings.
Yeah.
They're also working to reduce waste throughout their supply chain
Okay.
and encourage their suppliers to adopt more sustainable practices.
It's a pretty multifaceted approach,
Yeah.
and it seems like they're pretty serious about making a positive impact on the environment.
They're not messing around. Yeah.
But they've also faced some criticism,
Mm-hmm.
particularly regarding their packaging and shipping practices.
Right. Yeah, that's a valid concern.
Yeah.
But they're not ignoring it. They're actively working to reduce packaging waste,
Okay.
increase the use of recycled materials,
Mhm.
and make their shipping operations more efficient.
Yeah, I mean they've even launched programs like frustration-free packaging,
Right. That's right. Yeah.
which encourages manufacturers to design products
Mhm.
that require less packaging.
It's a great program. It's encouraging to see them taking these steps in the right direction,
Yeah.
and they're partnering with organizations like the Climate Pledge to accelerate the transition to a low carbon economy.
Yeah, it's pretty clear that Amazon's committed to sustainability,
Yeah.
even as they, continue to grow at this rapid pace.
Yeah, it's a tough balance,
Yeah.
but it's one that they seem determined to achieve.
And their efforts extend beyond, just environmental sustainability, right?
Right.
I mean, they're also focused on social responsibility initiatives.
Absolutely, yeah. They're investing in programs that support education,
Mm-hmm.
job training, and community development.
Okay.
They're working to create economic opportunities for underrepresented groups
Yeah.
and promote diversity and inclusion within their workforce.
They've also been pretty vocal about their commitment to fair labor practices
Mm-hmm.
and worker safety.
It's all part of their mission to be a responsible corporate citizen,
Yeah.
both locally and globally.
It's inspiring to see a company of their size and scale
Yeah.
taking such a proactive approach to social responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
It sets a good example for other businesses.
It does.
Yeah.
It shows that profitability and social impact
Yeah.
can go hand in hand.
It's a reminder that businesses have a role to play, right?
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
creating a better world, not just for their shareholders,
Mm-hmm.
but for all stakeholders.
It's a philosophy that's gaining momentum, and Amazon's at the forefront of this movement.
Yeah, it's an exciting time to be following Amazon's journey.
It is.
I mean, they're pushing boundaries, embracing innovation,
Mm-hmm.
setting new standards for corporate responsibility.
And they're doing it all while delivering incredible value
Yeah.
to their customers.
It's a winning formula
Mm-hmm.
that's made them one of the most successful companies in the world.
It has.
It makes you wonder what they'll accomplish next.
What are they going to do next?
Right. They're constantly experimenting, innovating,
Yeah.
expanding into new markets.
They understand that even the most successful companies
Yeah.
can't afford to stand still.
Right.
They have to constantly adapt, evolve,
Mm-hmm.
embrace the future.
And it seems like that's exactly what Amazon is doing.
Yeah, they are. They're a company worth watching,
Mm-hmm.
not just for, their business acumen, but also for their commitment
Yeah.
to making a positive impact on the world.
They're building a legacy.
Mm-hmm.
One innovation,
Yeah.
one initiative,
Yeah.
one responsible decision at a time.
A legacy that's going to inspire, future generations of entrepreneurs and business leaders.
Yeah. And it's a legacy
Yeah,
that's still being written.
it is. And the best is yet to come.
So let's get back to those massive bets Amazon's placing on AI.
Okay.
Are they making the right moves? So are Amazon's massive bets on AI the right move? I mean, it's a billion-dollar question, literally.
Yeah, it really is. There's no easy answer.
Right.
AI it's still evolving,
Yeah.
and there's always a chance that, it won't live up to the hype.
Right. And the competition is, I mean, it's intense.
Yeah.
Other tech giants like Microsoft, Google, they're pouring resources into AI.
Mm-hmm.
It's a race to see who can develop the most advanced and commercially viable applications.
It really is. But the potential rewards are enormous.
Yeah. AI has the power to transform industries,
Yeah.
create new markets,
Mm-hmm.
even help us solve some of the world's toughest problems,
It's
in healthcare, transportation, education.
Yeah.
I mean, the possibilities are kind of endless.
If Amazon can harness the power of AI effectively, it could really solidify their position as a global leader
Yeah.
in technology and innovation.
Yeah, it's a gamble for sure,
Mm-hmm.
but one that could, have a huge impact on their future.
And not just Amazon's future, but the future of society as a whole.
Right.
The decisions that they make about AI today will have, far-reaching consequences
Yeah.
for years to come.
So do you think they're making the right bets?
Only time will tell.
Right.
But one thing's for sure. Amazon is not a company that shies away from challenges
Yeah.
or sits back and watches others innovate.
Right.
They're pushing boundaries, experimenting, taking, calculated risks.
That's what makes them such a fascinating company to follow.
Yeah.
They're not always right,
Right.
but they're always willing to learn, to adapt, to evolve.
Exactly. And that's what sets them apart.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well, this has been an insightful look at Amazon's world. From their incredible earnings to their ambitious AI strategy, they're a company on the move.
They are.
And we can't wait to see what they do next.
It's going to be fun to watch.
Thank you so much for tuning into the Quarterly Call. For more episodes, please remember to rate and follow our show. Until next time, stay curious and stay informed.